welcome to the latest edition of Motiv8 Talks. Today we're actually on site at Intrepid Control Systems here at the Myra Technology Park. Absolutely fantastic to be out seeing customers and also at such a great location. I'm joined today by Carl Hills, who's one of the directors of Intrepid. So Carl, maybe you could just introduce yourself first before we kick into the interview.
Yeah, so I'm the office manager here at ICS UK. So it's one of the offices from the global group that we have.
Okay.
And we've got a small team here that's looking after UK and Benelux.
Okay, brilliant. So obviously first time we've actually met face to face. We've obviously met quite a few times online over the last year or so, going through COVID and obviously the supplier manufacturer introduction day, so it's great to obviously finally meet you. So thank you also for setting up a wonderful selection of products and stuff like that. So maybe that's a good place to start, if you can just expand on exactly what you do as a business, you know, in layman's terms, what you actually offer in this sector.
Yeah, absolutely. So a bit unique for myself because I was a customer before working for Intrepid, so I've seen things on both sides of the fence, which is really important for us. So, you know, we really value our customers, and that's something that's, you know, we really put a lot of effort into doing. So the products that we've done has changed a lot over the last sort of 5 years. The technology has been really a roller coaster for a lot of the OEMs, especially in the network industry.
Sure.
So we make tools essentially, and traditionally were network interfacing tools, vehicle interfacing. So make CAN modules where you would connect to them in order to run something from a software. So we've got our own software, we make hardware, and you know, through that application we've got a ton of applications that we can support in our OEMs and customers with.
So talking about the kind of customer support and things, I guess the location is a key thing for you guys. Obviously being based here on site, and I assume that's obviously intentional. So
yeah, very much so. You know, where we're based in the Midlands, we're seeing tremendous growth, automotive growth. There's a lot of companies being based here. A lot of our customers need local support. So before we had the office, it was a case of a lot of on-site residency.
Sure.
And now we've actually got a base here, a home here. And to be on site with your customers, literally on your doorstep, it's a win-win for both. At a drop of a hat when they need support, we're here, and likewise, you know, we're able to offer the support and also, you know, actually get involved and help them with whether that be with training and whether that be with application support directly.
And I guess that probably comes, you know, more important now that we're coming out of COVID, and the fact that you can obviously get into customers much quicker and easier now is obviously a really important thing to you. So. Yeah,
I think COVID's been a real interesting one for us because it's been on two sides. So one side, you know, a lot of the OEMs have been actually still, you know, continuing to work. There's been a lot of skeleton crews, especially in development. Okay. So, you know, a lot of engineers have still had to come in and support. So we've been able to support them, you know, all the way throughout. And which has really been important for us. And then the other side of it is there's been a lot of remote connectivity. So, you know, we really offer products that's enabled those OEMs to install our products to allow remote connectivity to engineers, to allow remote data capturing, remote analytics and analysis on these vehicles. So it's really helped a lot of OEMs actually keep driving their development and their programs forward.
That's amazing, absolutely brilliant. So moving on from that, as a business, you offer both hardware and software solutions, is that right?
Yes, right. We really have a complete solution and a real ecosystem as well to the product range. So one of the things, most recently we just supported an OEM with a world record attempt. And so, you know, in order to support that, it was about capturing the data, you know, really proving technically to the world record team what the data was. So it's about analytics. What's really interesting for us is that, you know, listening to our customers, you know, we brought out, you know, a real platform solution. So you can connect these devices to all the different networks that are on the vehicles, and then from there there's a whole array of different applications. So we're quite surprised even ourselves that quite often a customer will have a certain set of requirements, and that's what they purchase the product to do. And, you know, over 1-2 years working with them, that ends up being a completely different requirement at the end. So everything from, you know, gatewaying, so when you're in network development, you've got the ability to translate between different protocol languages, or if there's actual a different network itself, so you need to translate the messages to make them orientate to be on the rest of the vehicle. So that's a very, very common, especially for new startup companies that, you know, they're really in the heavy prototype sort of phase, all the way through to simulation, rigs and data logging.
Brilliant.
It's been really important.
So I guess it's really good for the manufacturers that you can offer that hardware and software solution kind of in tandem together rather than having to involve other businesses and stuff.
Yeah, and honestly that's where our growth comes because we go on site, we tend to do a lot of support, we do hands-on, we do the training here as well. So as we start in one area of a business and they realise that they're able to use this technology in different areas, it's great for a company because it means that they've had an investment in one area and they can share that investment throughout the business.
So also here at this site then people can actually come on site and you can run training sessions actually within this facility?
Yeah, we encourage it a lot. So in both cases, so if there's a problem that they want technical support, that's why we have the facility. They can come in and we can really get hands-on and support. There's nothing better than solving a solution for somebody so they can really see and understand what the product's doing. And then for the wider audiences, we actually run training courses as well.
Brilliant, okay, really interesting. So typically within, say, an automotive manufacturer, what kind of job titles and departments or function areas is it that you appeal to as a business?
Yeah, so similar to the last question, I guess it's we go across the board. So there's durability, design, networks. So really, when they're even looking at architectural analysis of new networks that they want to integrate, even EMC. So they use us to simulate data, so they can do EMC testing and validation of new products, crash and safety, powertrain. Honestly, that's the whole point of having that open platform.
Sure.
It's pretty much down to the product will meet the applications of what the engineers need throughout the business.
Brilliant, okay, fascinating. So application-wise, do you want to give some kind of examples of how this is actually practically used?
Yeah, I think it's really important because the industry's really changed, as I mentioned previously.
Sure.
So with automotive Ethernet coming in, it's been a real challenge for OEMs. The data is vastly greater than what we've had with CAN networks, and the technology has to operate completely differently. So media converters is a big thing for us. All of the OEMs, tier ones that are now looking to start working with automotive Ethernet, that's not something you can just plug into your laptop.
Sure.
So it's really important they have a media converter which allows them to be able to connect from their laptop to a vehicle. So we've seen that in a large amount of applications. And then, with new products that are coming through now, we've integrated that in. So you've got your general networks as well as the automotive Ethernet all coming into one product. So for the future, that's the big thing for us. So Fire 2, we've got some autonomous products coming out. That's really going to be something that's going to support the OEMs and their development in the future.
Definitely a changing landscape for sure.
It's a massive change. Yeah.
So obviously I know you've got some amazing products and equipment and stuff on display here, but kind of from today moving forward, what's the next thing that you kind of offer as a business? What's the the new products and services that you'll have coming out?
Yeah, we've got some exciting new products coming out, and because the technology is changing, everything is quicker. Everything needs we need to have more of everything. So there's always more networks now in vehicles. It wasn't that long ago that a car only had 2 to 4 networks, and nowadays that's automotive Ethernet, CAN FD, LIN, automotive Ethernet. It's there's a lot. So the new products really have to cater for that, but then handle the data, handle the throughput, store the data, and then we've even got cloud-based services. So, coming from the and working closely with our customers and listening to what they need, it's all about having that ecosystem, the end-to-end solution for them. And so once you've collected the data, or you've worked with our software in order to simulate and the functional side of things, then it's about harvesting the data, analysing the data, reporting the data. So we've got analytics software which is coming out. We've got the opportunity for reporting, which is really important because with all of that data, sifting through it is the next challenge. So using cloud-based computing to understand the data, sift through it, and make the reports is going to be really efficient for the engineers.
Fantastic, brilliant. Okay, well, thank you so much for giving us a good insight into the business. Obviously, as I say, we've met before, but it's always been online, so it's great to kind of meet you here today and understand a lot more about what the business does. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been fantastic being on site here today. Brilliant training facilities that they've got here, amazing location on the technology park. If there's any more information you'd like to know about the company, the full information on Intrepid will be tagged at the end of this video and also available on the Motiv8 search if you're an automotive manufacturer. So thank you very much, Carl, for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for showing us around some fascinating bits of equipment that you've got, and we hope you found that useful today. Thank you very much.